Now I'll overlay it and summon a Raidraptor with double its strength! I call upon my most brazen bird of prey. With its alloy wings, it can swoop down and wipe away any target! Go! Rank up Xyz's evolution! Soar forth! Raidraptor Ultimate Falcon!
Hi guys, Freaky Fish gonna have another video for today. Today we're joined by Stephen at Locals, who've just finished up, and this came third. It is Raidraptor Pendulum, which I thought was super interesting. I thought you guys might want to watch it. Otherwise, we're going to hand over to Stephen for him to explain his deck.
Okay, so yeah, I came third. I went 3-1. I won 2 games against Heroes and 1 game against. Oh God, what was the other game? And it was actually game 2 was a mirror. I had a Raidraptor mirror.
Raidraptor mirror?
Yeah, and I lost against Ignistas in last round, which was unfortunate. It was really close, but it was good. It was a really good build.
It was very close. Should we move into the main deck?
Main deck, yes. So the main spice of this is in comparison to other Raidraptor builds is I have a Pendulum engine. So I'm running triple Darkworm with the Donut and Donut of Doom with triple Curtain Raiser. So the main thing with the Raidraptors itself is it's very normal summon reliant, so I was trying to find a way to get around it, so I thought, fuck it, I can Pendulum it. If you activate Darkworm in scale and you control no monsters, you can just put Gate 0 in the other scale and you can just Pendulum out 4 and you don't have to worry about normal summoning at all. By that point, if you get Nibiru, you get Nibiru, you can't do anything about it, but I get Nibiru anyway. Yeah. Curtain Raiser is here, if you don't have the Darkworm, it's also not a normal summon starter. It's also my window out because it gets to 2200 attack on field and you just crash into window and you can actually play, which is quite nice.
That's pretty big brain.
It has won me a few games. So, and to the Raidraptor monsters itself, I run triple of the Tribute Lanius. This is a Foolish Burial for any Raidraptor card at all. Really handy, there's a couple of targets for it, I'll say it when I get to them. Triple Vanishing Lanius. When this is summoned, you can summon any Raidraptor monster from hand. So, if you don't have any of your starter cards, this is always pretty nice, and it gets you into a rank 4 quite quickly. I run triple of Strangle Lanius. This is if you control a dark monster, you can special it from your hand. You do get locked into dark, so that does come up sometimes. And if you have a Xyz monster on field and another Xyz monster as material, you can then summon one from grave. Both of these effects are once per turn, but this is such a good extender, it helps so much with the deck. I run 2 of the Mimicry. This is the main target you'll want to send with Tribute Lanius, because when it's sent to the graveyard, it's a banish to search. Yep. It's always quite nice. So you end up searching and banishing and searching. The amount of time you go into the deck is insane. I run 2 of the Raider's Wing. This is from new stuff from Phantom Rage. If you detach a material from a Dark Xyz monster, you can just summon it to the field. And when it's underneath a Dark Xyz monster, that Dark Xyz monster then can't be targeted by card effects. That comes up so much. I won games in previous tournaments against Sky Strikers, so they just couldn't target the thing. It made life so much nicer. One Singing, because it's just, if you have control of the Xyz special, it's a nice extender. Zephyros gets summoned off the link, and does also have some niche with the Pendulum Zone. You can bounce the Pendulum and then normal summon the Pendulum Zone.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it works quite nicely. I mean, I did lose one a couple of weeks ago because I went into time because I burned myself with Zephyros, but you know, that happens. I run 1 Pain, which is basically Zephyros 2. If you have a Raidraptor on field, you target it, summon itself, you then take the amount of damage depending on the lowest points, attack or defense. Okay. It then becomes level 4. It can only be used for Xyz monsters that are Wing Beasts, but most of the time you'll link with it anyway. I run then Hand Traps because this deck is really engine requirement. I don't run many Hand Traps in the main. The only ones I run is 2 DD Crow because it stops Drytron, it stops Tri Brigade a little bit, it just counter them, it stops Heroes, it stops so many other things that just turn up here. So
there's a lot of heroes at this local.
There was 5 to 6 of them, and I had to go through 2, and I was quite. It came up because both times I played them, I banished the Shadow Mist, and then they just couldn't search. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, lovely. And then the brick of the boots, but you have to run it for Bardish stuff later on. Going on to spells, rank up wise, I run 3. I run 2 of the Phantom Knights, rank up Magic Force, and a Skip Force.
Okay.
2 of the Phantom Knights ones is banish from grave up to the amount of the times you want to rank up targeting an monster and do it. Only can be done in the main phase, and it does lock you into Xyz, so usually I do it last or in the opponent's turn. Skip Force is part of the main combo because it will make my rank 5 into a rank 7, and the rank 7 is a really good extender. Then I run some Duel Links cards. I run 2 Swallow's Nest.
Speed duels, Duel Links stuff.
Yeah. This one is really good because this can dodge around so many things. It's tribute a Wing Beast for cost, summon one on the same level from the deck.
Oh, okay.
So if they imperm you, Veiler you, or Ash your tribute Venus, you just tribute it, summon something else. And you can summon what you would have sent anyway, which is usually a Memocry, make something, detach it, and then you've got your search anyway. It dodges around on several things, and it wins me a couple of matches just having that option. Going on to one-offs, I run one of the Foolish Burial, because that sends either Darkworm or Mimicry, or the Raider's Wing.
Or Zephyros.
Oh, Zephyros. It sends a lot. It's got a lot of targets. One Cold Bite because Cold Bite.
Yep.
Harpy's Feather Duster because, goodness sake, mine's a thing.
Good card.
One Monster Reborn, and then one Raidraptor Nest. This is if you control 2 or more Raidraptor monsters, search a level 4 or lower from your deck. Or if you've got stuff in your graveyard, you can recur back to your hand. It does come up occasionally. I had to put my Link back in my extra deck at one point. It's kind of helpful. It's my other target to bounce with Zephyros.
Yeah.
Then going on to traps, I run 4. I'm running 1 Shade Brigandine because Redo is fun. 2 Fog Blaze to search off of Bardiche and Phantom Knight's Claw. This is searchable off of Mimicry and Bardiche, so it's really quite easy to get at. It's detach 1 material from a dark easy monster you control, negate a monster effect activation, destroy it, and then if you have a monster on field that is a Xyz Dragon, Raidraptor, or Phantom Knight's card, it again gains the attack of the monster that was negated. So it makes things big.
It's kind of like their own Infinity Barrier with a twist, and also then boosts their attack.
Yes.
Awesome.
That's the main. Going on to the extra deck. For links, I run 1 of the Wise Strix and 1 Bardiche.
Yep.
Wise Strix is just Needle Fiber for Wing Beast. It's so fun. I only run 1 though because if I end up going into the second one, I probably already lost the game already. So there's no point wasting extra deck space to it.
It's weird to think that Wise Strix is like almost like an Isolde but better.
Oh yeah.
But it's just in a very weird.
And it sets a rank up as well, so it gets the combo going. And if I already have a rank up in hand, it means I get extra disruption during my opponent's turn. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a clutch point, but every deck has one.
Yeah.
Bardiche is just Bardiche. You can't really play too much of that. I run for Xyz for rank 4s. I run 1 Force Strix to detach 1 to search. If you played Lulu Knight, you know what it does.
Yep.
I then play 2 Raiders Knight. Now, this is a little bit. This one I'm still kind of questioning the ratio with. Because this is detaching material from this and then rank up or down 1, depending which way you want to go, into a Raidraptor or Phantom Knight's card.
So you can go into like Break Sword, or you can go into like.
Or I can go into a rank 5s, which I'll get to in a sec. This card is great, and this almost won me the game against Ignistas, because I could summon a big rank 5 that you can deal with for like 5 turns. It was quite good. Then going on to Disruption rank 5s. These are the sort of engine rank 5s. In Disruption, I run 1 Evil Swarm Nightmare because double Book of Moon, and you can't really complain.
Yep.
1 Dweller. This does come up a lot, but because sometimes I do get locked into darks, I can't make it, which is a bit of a shame.
Yep.
1 Redoer because I can make it with a trap, and 1 Dark Rebellion Sea Dragon. Can push for game, but mostly is used for ranking up into other things.
Yep.
So,
Stepping Stone.
Stepping Stone, indeed. So yeah, this will either go into a Dark Requiem Sea Dragon. This is fucking nuts. It's an Appaloosa for 3.
Yep.
That can also say, haha, I'm going to make you go to 0 attack and I can attack on a lot of attack points.
The amount of times I've played against PK and they've made this and I've had to reread it and go, oh wait, no, this is a card that I need to be worried about.
It's also not once a turn, it will summon Sea from Grave if it activates effects and destroys something, so you get a Bardiche pop as well.
Yeah.
Which is lovely. The other thing that I will go into off of either Raiders Knight or Dark Rebellion Sea is I'll go into Arc Rebellion Sea Dragon from Phantom Rage stuff for this deck is nuts.
I don't think I've read this one.
Right, this one almost won me the game. It was if it's a Sea Summon card, can't be destroyed by card effects, which is great. Detach the material from this card, it gains attack equal to the total original attack of everything on the field.
Okay.
And then if you still have a Dark Sea monster on the field, underneath it as material, it then negates everything on the board. Permanently. And it's a permanent attack game.
This is dumb and I love it.
Oh yeah, any deck that can get 2 Dark level 4s on, run this and Raiders Knight, because it will just win you games. I smacked in for my first game against Heroes, I smacked in with 15k. It was...
You're making the Grand Module in me a bit like annoyed.
Big number.
Big number got smashed.
But yeah, I got this up to 8300 in the Ignista game 3, and he just couldn't out it for like 5 turns, and it was really good. Going on to the rank 5 that I summoned in the main combo is Blaze Falcon. It doesn't stay on the field for long, but if it does, it's kind of nice. It can attack directly, so if I do ever get a Zeus, this is what I'm putting on top of it. It also, you can detach material, destroy all special summon monsters your opponent controls, and then they take 500 for each. So it's also a Regeki, which is kind of nice. I have managed to summon it one game, and they Nibiru'd me, so I'm like, alright, I'll just burn you for 500 just because I can.
This deck's actually got a lot of stuff I never knew it had.
Yeah.
It's got Regeki, which is also a burn, which is also a Borbo.
Yeah, it
Attack
also
directly.
can just target a card the opponent controls and destroy it after it's attacked, if it's got material, so that's quite nice. Arsenal Falcon, honestly the second best card in the deck. This is detach one material and summon a level 4 from deck. No restrictions. Just summon a level 4 Wing Beast. No grave negation, no nothing. So usually I'll summon Strangle and then Strangle will summon something else. So it's Needle Fiber 2. But when it's get linked off and I link it off a Bardiche, or if it just goes to the grave with an Xyz material, you can just summon Ultimate Falcon and put it underneath it.
This one I know.
Yeah, because Waking the Dragon is fun.
Yes.
But yeah, it's so good. It can also work around Ash because it makes you go back down in the You can also go down as well as up. So I can make like a 4 strict and then go on that way and still make rank 4s afterwards. It's an amazing card. Some variants run it at 2 so they can run like Kali Yuga and go on top of that, but it's a bit of a dick move.
VFD, turbo.
Yeah, basically. I also run one Satellite Cannon Falcon. This is whenever it's Xyz summoned, it's a Harpy's Fatal Dust so you can't respond to it.
Oh, okay. That's
So
fair.
it's Eldritch, no. It does come up sometimes, and it's also got a quick effect. You detach one, and depending on how many Raidraptors you've got in your graveyard, all of your opponent's monsters will lose 600 for each. So it can make things really tiny, which can help pushing the game. And then the big boy,
The big boy himself.
Ultimate Chicken,
Yep.
unaffected by all card effects. If it has a material, at the end phase it will either burn you for 1,000 if you have no monsters, or all of those monsters will lose 1,000 attack. And it also has a detach effect. If you detach one material and your opponent has a monster on the field, they can lose 1,000 attack, and then for the rest of the turn, they can't activate anything. It's an Azathoth.
There's an Azathoth Towers.
Yes. Many things can't get over it. Tri-Brigade can't get over this unless they make an access code. It's the only thing they can do about it. Most of the time, it will just sit on field and nobody can deal with it. It's always quite fun. Going on to sides then, I am what you would call a budget player. I cannot side too much to expensive. So I'm running quite a cheap Gamma package to start with.
Yep.
This is always nice, it's Gamma as well. It does lose to Ash, but I think just Gamma whatever else to do afterwards. I run 2 Kaijus, which does come up, because the 3, I would always draw 2 and it just wasn't worth doing. So having the 2 is always kind of nice. Same with the Lancia.
Yep.
Grey against Tri-Brigade, Dino, so many things want to banish. That's it for monsters at least, for the side. I then run triple Dark Ruler No More. I got these today, they're so good. They're so good.
Yeah.
And then for, like, because I don't really have much spin spell and trap removal, except for, like, Satellite Cannon, but I can hardly ever go into that sometimes. So I run double Twin Twisters, where it's Twin Twisters you can't do, and then double Simorgh Repulsion.
What?
This discards 1 Winged Beast card, and it's a giant Trunade that's one-sided. So it returns all spell and trap cards to the hand.
So it's kind of guess like a specific Twin Twisters, but instead of destroying 2, it just bounces.
It bounces
all.
everything. Oh yeah, I did this against a Sky Striker player a couple of weeks ago, and he just put all 5 cards back in his hand and scooped.
That's actually really cool.
It's like 2p. It's the cheapest thing I've ever found. It's so good.
Luke, can your Blackwing deck get on this?
Honestly, yeah, I play it in my Black Wings Online. It's so good. I did manage to use it to bounce a strike at some point, and then I pendulum. So if I did, I was done. Otherwise, it comes in real handy, and most of the time you'll discard something that you'll end up searching with. So yeah, that's the deck.
That's the deck. You came third.
I came third today, and most of the time when I'm here, I will either go 2-1 or I have 1-1 event with this. The first one that I came 3-0. I drew with Reese, but I didn't actually play it.
Today was the first locals where we could do more than 3 rounds.
Yeah,
really.
there was a good 20-30 entrants. It was a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go.
Thank you for watching, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I can happily contact people and get them to respond. Otherwise, if you're still interested in watching some other profiles, stay tuned for those, and also watch out for some new games coming up from today's locals. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.